Right, let's get it on. Let me see. So today's title, it's a little bit crazy. you know, it's so crazy that I wouldn't blame you guys if you guys don't understand what I'm going to be talking about. Let me just wait for the people to come in through. In case you're catching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the page. If you catching it on TikTok, follow the brother. And let's see, who do we have here? It's been a while since I've been on. I'm a little bit rusty. Jada Nomfundo. So today's title is You Are Food. You and me, we are quote unquote food. It's going to sound a little bit oxymoronish, but it's fine. Bear with me. I'm going to speak about it the whole week. So it's not necessarily going to be for everybody, this one here, because some of the things that I'm going to speak about, they're going to be very psychologically destabilizing. Or they might not. But let me see. Mapik event planning. Winnie! The champ, Astro, Lester. And yeah, man, let's see how far we're going to be taking this. So this week, I'm speaking about the fact that you and me are food. But I'm going to try to break it down. Like today, I'm going to be speaking about emotions. What are emotions? In case you're here for the first time, and I'm going to start sounding as if like I know what I'm talking about, please don't make a mistake of thinking that I know everything. That's why I'm going to be sharing a lot of books. I'm going to be sharing a lot of resources. You know, at this day and age, we really should not be following anybody. And this does not mean that you are being insubordinate. But if you can read, if you can understand yourself, if you can know yourself, because ultimately the best book that you have to read is yourself. And this might sound a little bit taboo to some of the people, but, you know, the whole axiom of saying, man, know thyself, it needs to be applicable right now. It's just that we have a lot of people that are still looking for answers from somebody else. You know? And now, it's so sad at this day and age. I mean, like, you got the phone in your pocket. You got the whole library. Yet you want to be following people. So with that being said, this is what I'm saying. I'm not to be believed. My word is not to be taken as final. All that I'm sharing here is my opinion. So if you want to know more about how is it that we are food, stick around this week. I'm going to be doing up these TikTok lives. So what I do is I do the TikTok live and I upload it on YouTube. Please take note as well that I'm not a pastor, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professor. I ain't shit. I'm just a guy who happens to be reading a whole lot amount of books, and I'm trying to synthesize them just to share it with the people on the platform. I do understand that a lot of people don't have an appetite for conversations like this, because people are more concerned about external things, votes, you know. Politics. People are more concerned about churches, beliefs, clothes, money, the new phone. But nobody ever actually stops and pauses and say, what are my emotions saying to me? So everybody seemingly, we're all looking outside for whatever that's going to be saving us. And unfortunately, we're wasting time. Because if you're looking for anything to save you, it's inside of yourself. I know that obviously, with that being said, a whole lot amount of religious people might start getting a little bit panicky, because I'm obviously going to sound as if like I'm attacking religions. I'm not. You know, I'm just a guy who came around here to share my frank opinion. In case you're here with me on TikTok, please support the brother by double tapping the screen. I know that you're probably doing a whole lot amount of things while you're listening to me. But if you have your two thumbs together, you can double tap the screen. You can also follow the brother. Yeah, you can also check out my YouTube, man. One of the nice things about listening to me is you don't have to believe anything. I don't sell any form of belief. I don't sell any spirituality. Fuck, to heck with it. I don't even pray for anybody. You know? Because if you gotta make a progress on this journey, you're gonna have to start trusting yourself more. This thing of always wanting people to pray for us, people to bless us, people to prophesy for us. What are you saying about yourself? Are you really that not important? I'm sounding a little bit political, so let me just tone it down. Faltain, I see that you here, Mbokazi. Sharon Shezi. So this week is all about that you are food. Did you ask yourself, where do you come from? Yeah, you know, Fatakali, I have numerous times actually, you know. I'm a very good study or a very good student of cosmology, you know what I mean? Anthropology, the whole thing of creation, you know. Unfortunately, this is not the information that is publicly known, because a lot of people grow up with this mentality of thinking that the world was created by God, this white figure somewhere in the skies, you know. And when you study a whole lot amount of Gnosticism, not only that of course, but a whole lot amount of spiritual texts, the Vedas, you know, the sutras. If you study a whole lot amount of spiritual texts and Oriental texts, you then find out that what we call creation in a Western world is way too different from what creation is. Remember, us in the West, we still believe, or we're still the proponents of the Big Bang Theory. And now the deeper you dig into this, you find that something is a little bit off here. A whole lot amount of us have got a background or our history based on the Bible, which was written like 2,000, 6,000 years ago, you know. And we've never been told that the Bible came later on creation. And we still, you know, looking for one book, or we're looking at one book for answers. The more and more you dig as to who created you, you now delve into the mythological stories. I'll give you one of the giants. Babu Credo speaks about that a lot. Hey, Kaberi! Samev! I was answering somebody here. Hey, Faltain, I see you. Somebody asked me a question about Fata Kali. So then you realize that the whole story that we know of creation, it's a little bit off. And now, with an advent of morphogenesis of physical science, we were blessed with what is called quantum science or quantum physics. And now from quantum physics there onwards to string theory, everything starts getting a bit fuzzy. It's no longer God, the ultimate that you know, that you get in the book, but the God becomes this big figure. A very long answer to a very short question. You know. So user 260, thank you very much for the follow. If you're here for the first time, you're asking yourself, who the heck is this chap? I'm just that guy that just comes around and speaks a whole lot amount of nonsense. But the nice thing is I'm not selling any belief, I'm not selling any prayers, I'm not selling any spirituality. All that I'm saying is, you all that you need. You are a pope. You know, you are a magician, you are a prophet, you are your own doctor, you are your own teacher. But this obviously sounds a little bit blasphemous, particularly to people that are still too much religious. You know, you feel like you want to defend something. What are you really defending? I like teasing Christians. You know, Christians, whenever you speak about Jesus or God, they start getting pumped up as if like God belongs to Christians. God is for us all, Christian or no Christian. That's why the Hebrews who inspired the Bible could not pronounce the name of God, because it was taboo to pronounce the name of God. So the Hebrews said, I am that I am. The people are confused. Hey man, it's a bit of have you, who's it? Nassim. I haven't actually heard of, but let me just screen grab it so that I can check it out later. I like it when we do this, because all of a sudden it's not only me who comes up with all this shit, because the truth of the matter is, you didn't come here to learn anything. I didn't come here to teach anybody anything new. I just came here to remind people, but not all the people, those who want to remember. Because remember, a lot of people are comfortable with the way how things are. You know, they're just fine. I mean, everybody, so long as you can pay your rent, so long as you can buy your wine, everybody's fine with the way how things are. But if you like me, you know, reading a whole lot of shit ton amount of books, not only that, of course, but listening to myself more and more, following what our ancestors told us and still tell us today. Man, know thyself. Because it's through knowing yourself that you can make out of this shit. You can see the whole show. You can see what's happening. You know. But whether you deny it or not, God is always with us. Yeah, we cannot. Definitely, I agree with you, Fata. You know why I agree with you? If you're listening to me for the first time, I know that a lot of people that have been listening to me, they're going to say, this is so overridden, this is so been oversaid, but I'm going to have to say it again. Whatever that you call higher power, whether you call it God, whether you call it a rock, whether you call it a book, whatever that you call it, it doesn't really make a difference. Whether you call it a higher power, whatever that you call it, it doesn't make a difference. I normally see people debating, arguing about which God is bigger, which God is smaller, which God is effective, which God is more weak, which God is this, which belief is this. All that is a waste of time. Whether you go to church or you don't go to church, all of us are looking for the same thing. The heart. But no, we're using different mechanisms, obviously, to get there. Somebody's a Protestant, somebody's a Christian, somebody's a Muslim, somebody's a pagan, somebody's this. And now we engage in arguments about which one is better and which one is worse. That is nothing but cocomelonish tendencies. So whatever that you call God, me and you, we are together. You're also confused. I'm confused too. You know, I'm confused too. That's why I normally say to people that are tuning in on this platform, don't take my word for it. Please do. Please go do your own research. This is what I normally say. We have a WhatsApp group where we're sharing books, you know, resources, information. The link, it's right here on TikTok. You go to that link, you click there, it will send you straight to our WhatsApp group. You can also check out my YouTube videos that I've done in the past. You know, what I normally do is I record these lives here, and I take them and I put them on YouTube. So don't rush to YouTube thinking that you're going to find something new and be like, surprise. User 260, would you care to tell me your name? You know, I don't like referring to people as numbers. Thank you indeed. Yeah, so in there we're sharing our books, information, with an inclination that we will start reading as people. I laugh about this because a great amount of us, particularly people of color, we don't read. We are surviving on second-hand information. You've probably been a Christian for the rest of your life, but even to this day, you haven't finished the Bible. You got 15 years, or you got 20 years, or you've been a Christian for 40 years, but you haven't actually even finished up the Bible. On this one, I cannot be easy on it because a whole lot amount of us, we love hotspotting the information. We're sitting where we're sitting right now in this precarious, shitty position because we've been trying to get information from external sources. Pastor can do it for you. A guru can do it for you. TikTok can do it for you. A book can do it for you. A crystal can do it for you. To heck with it, man. When are you going to do it for yourself? Have you ever asked yourself that? Or are you scared of yourself? You know? Hey! Limpopo! Yeah, man. So this is what we can do to help the brother grow on this platform, you know. Follow the brother. Some of the other Bible. Hey, it's. Do you want me to tell you something about the Bible? Oh, I'll just leave it at this. Go check out the book by Dan Brown. It's called the Da Vinci Code. And you will see it. I'm not saying that you should believe them or you should believe anything that you read. That's one of the things as well, particularly when it comes to reading. A lot of us think that every book that we read is an absolute truth. No, it's not. Fountain, you starting. You know, every year will change. So this is what you can do. Follow the brother. Click that link so that you can be in the WhatsApp group. If you don't want to, but you just want to get in touch with the brother, my numbers are here as well. And yeah, man. If you just love me and you feel like you want to give me money, who am I to say no to you, you know? But go check out my YouTube videos and stuff. One of the things why I'm here, or the whole tenet of, before I can go back to the books, the whole tenet of this platform is to speak about healing, you know. But you'll hear when I get into it, because this week's topic is very charged. I don't know if you saw it. The topic is, you are food. Yeah, somebody's feeding on you. But let me not get ahead of myself. Let me get back. So when you read the books, you're supposed to cross-reference, you know. You're not supposed to go for one book and take it for the ultimate truth. You're not supposed to read a certain subject and take it for the ultimate truth. Basically, you need to be what they call the polymath. You need to immerse yourself in all the sciences. You need to be like Leonardo da Vinci, you know, the Renaissance man. But now, a lot of us have grown to become specialists, you know. You only want to know about Christianity. You don't even want to know about something else. You know, you only want to know about your traditional way of things. You don't want to know about something else. That's why I said when I started that this week's topic might not necessarily be for everybody. Shembe is the way. Yeah! I can tell you as well what's the way. Kevin is the way. A book is the way. You are the way. According to the Chinese Tao, you are the gateless gate. You are the path that you're supposed to travel. So, do you want to learn something? Learn about yourself. How do you feel? Why when I speak about God, you feel a little bit tense. You feel like you want to defend. What's wrong? What are you doing? You know? What are you defending? Because from the standpoint that I'm coming from, I'm not actually even attacking anybody. But it's okay. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Shamba is the way. Since I met you, my brother. Hey, man. Fontaine, don't be giving me such props. You know you're going to be fucking around with my ego. And it's going to be pompous and be like, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. But what? I knew somebody's going to ask me about this. I knew somebody's going to ask me a little bit about this Good Friday thing. You get yourself this. I don't want to be derailing from my subject, you know. Get yourself this. This is African calendar, ancient Egyptian calendar. This calendar here will tell you that the way how things are, they are upside down. Everything is topsy-turvy. But then you get people that still insist on celebrating such things. And I got nothing wrong against them, but it's just that, you know, let's dig a little bit deeper as to what is it that we're embracing. It's a new year. Lolo. So yeah. So now when you're reading up a book or when you're researching a subject, you have to become like a research scientist, because that's what you are. You'll touch here, you'll touch here. So don't only read one book and think, no, they're just lying or they're telling the truth. That's not the way on how you do research, because you always stop when you do the research in a conclusive way. So what am I trying to say? You're supposed to open yourself up. Start reading those books that they said you should not read. And you know yourself. Whoever your pastor or your bishop or your gobela or your guru told you not to read that, read that. And you don't read it to disprove anybody. You don't read it to go tell people, but you read it to remind yourself. Thank you, Lolo. But now, you know, this is one of those fringe knowledge that people don't even want to listen to it, because, you know, people are more interested about electricity, skomota, and I got nothing against those, but you know what I mean. We're just wasting fucking time, man. But seemingly we love it. Hey. Okay. Go research, what do they call it? I just saw it quite recently, man, 2 months ago. 1775 Bible. Go check it out. 1775 Bible. You learn a lot there. Hey, Gorilla Man, it's 7. Pop. So let's then see how far we're gonna get with this. So if you hear for the first time and you love what we're talking about, you can follow the brother, like people doing it. And please take note, I'm taking up these videos and I'm uploading them on YouTube. Exactly the same way how they are. So if you feel like you want to be following a whole lot of shit that I'm saying, which it's really nothing, you can go check out a plethora of my videos on YouTube. Some of them are long, some of them are short. But please, when you listen to those videos, don't go there with your intellectual mind, you know, with your PhD degree self. You don't go there with your masters. What I'm trying to say is your logical brain sometimes has to be suppressed because it's holding you back. This might have flown, or it's flowing a whole lot above a whole lot amount of people's heads, but if you are on a journey and you want it to be logical, it's not going to be logical. So when you're listening to me there, have fun. Don't be too grim about it. I'm not trying to prove any theory. I'm not trying to disturb any form of beliefs that you might have. I'm also not trying to stop you from going to wherever where you're going. If you go to church, hit your church, bruh. If you're doing your traditional way, do your traditional ways, bruh. All of us are looking for the same thing at the end of the day. Just like the rain. It rains on you whether you pray or you don't. So God does not only belong to a certain sect of people. God is for us all. So stop being scared about, uh, it's been a while since I spoke to God. Can He really, really hear me? Or can she really, really hear me? Because one of the things that I'm known for is to make a very, very, very loud claim that God is a woman and she's black. Take it or leave it. Remember, you don't have to believe me. Thank you very much, Smoza, for the rose. Yeah, since when you gave up the rose, where are the other people in here? Where are the likes? Where are the comments? Where are the roses? But here, I didn't come here for that. I came here for something different altogether. So, that is me pretty much in a nutshell. That was a little bit of an intro. I wish not to delve or to waste more time on it. How's it? Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it. So, I normally rant like that on some other episodes, particularly my weekend episodes. But during the week, I want to maintain a professionalism. With that being said, I'm steering us to what's our subject of the week. This week's subject is titled, You Are Food. Have you ever realized that when you're thinking about something, we call it paying attention? You paying attention. Who are you paying attention to? Not paying in a sense of, but paying. Remember, paying, it's a form of output. It's like when you have a bank account. If you take out the money, that is a payment, that is an output, that is a minus, that is a leak. So when you're paying attention towards something, you're paying somebody. That's what we're investigating this week. But now, how I normally do my subjects, it's a little bit funny because I will give you a week's topic and I'll break it down over 5 days. That's what I'm doing again this week. Today, I'm speaking about emotions. I want us to break the whole emotion subject apart. From the first principle or to the analogical principle or to the mythological stories or whatever that you want to call it, we're speaking about emotion. What is an emotion? Not like sexual emotions only, but what is an emotion? What does it do to you? What does it do for you? Do you even know it? How do you feel right now? Listening to me cursing like this, how do you feel? Does your body feel like I'm going to hell? Or do you laugh every time when I curse? How do you feel now, right now, wherever you're sitting? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you worried? Are you content? Or you don't know? Because a lot of us, like it or not, we don't spend enough time checking in with ourselves as to how do we feel. By the way, feelings are the proponents of the emotions. The emotions are the proponents of the feelings. So when I speak about feelings, interchangeably I would be referring to the emotion. So you know the whole thing. And please don't get lost with my seemingly quote-unquote intellectual jargon. There's nothing that I'm saying really that is, I'm basically just saying and dropping all these words to make you guys believe me so that you can follow the brother and not believe in a sense of following me as a leader or something, but sound a little bit smart, because a lot of people, when you sound dumb, they don't really listen to you. So with all my intellectual jargon that I'm going to be playing around here with, don't get lost in that. You know what I mean? But just remember this: you are food. Somebody's eating on you. I'm going to start getting to books. I'm gonna be reading a lot so that I don't forget, because I tend to be very excited whenever when I touch a subject. As you can see, I get very excited and I'll be all over with it. So for me to be streamlined, I'm gonna be reading from 2 books. But as usual, normally what I do is, before I can start getting to the gist of the subject, I like speaking about the books that I have around me that I've been reading or that I've heard of, and trying to share it with people that hey man, Sipo, slow down, slow down. So so what I'm gonna do is, you follow the brother, you start sending up your likes, so that I don't stop with that, with a little bit of commercial there, whatever, so that I can get through with whatever that I'm talking about. So the books that I have around me now, somebody asked me to say something about Babu Credo Moto. So I'll respect that because it's in the list of my books. By the way, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think like 8, 9 books, 2 with the ones that I'm going to be reading from for the week. But I'm going to say something a little bit small about the books that I have, particularly this one here. Habits of the Highly Effective People. Stephen Covey. This is a Zulu Shaman book by Babu Credo Moto. What can I say about this giant here? Before we even knew about the hydrogen and oxygen story, Babu Credo Moto broke it down very well, right? I'm going to try to not necessarily break it like the way how he did it, because he did it in a very exquisite way. So I'm going to try to give you the version of my understanding. Nothing that is on the existence of the earth, this third dimension density that we see, nothing can ever exist on this surface without melanin. Let me break it down. Nothing can ever exist on this earth without hydrogen. Nothing can ever exist on this earth without oxygen. Nothing, even a rock. A book is a tree. A tree, it's a photosynthesis outcome. Photosynthesis, it's a proponent of the sun. The sun, it's the hydrogen. So when you see a tree, you see the sun. I'll try to slow it down, you know. No, we're just getting started. So, he somehow broke it down this way. From the moon, you get the oxygen, the water, the dark element, the mother element. That's what the moon is. You see, I have the moon here, because this is Monday. It's a moon day. Plants are eating the sun, or the sun is eating the plants. I mean, like, you know, or the sun is eating the plants, man. We just never know. So then, this is then what happens. From the moon, you get the things like what controls the tides of the sea. If you've been to the coast, or if you stay in the coast, they will tell you that during the full moon phase, it's not really advisable to be playing around in water, because it's highly volatile. What causes it? The moon. But now remember, you and me are 95% fluid. This, it looks solid, right? Can you see me? But it's really not. We're nothing but an element of water. Now, the funny thing about water, it's a very fascinating element because water can exist in three spheres all at the same time. It can be liquid, it can be solid, it can be gaseous. The water is also referred to as the mother. You get it from the moon. From the sun, you get the hydrogen. The hydrogen is what the sun pumps. The ultraviolet rays that you get every day, that you call the sun, that is the hydrogen. The sun is 97% hydrogen, helium, lithium, and all the shit, carbon, and, you know, da-da-da. This we got from this giant here. This is even before I read quantum physics. This is even before I read the 11 realms of string theory or chaos physics, whatever that you want to call it. So do you still want me to go on? You know, so that's a little bit that I can say about this giant here. Well, whatever your opinions are about him or anybody else, it's really an opinion. One thing that we're going to need to do, particularly if we want to grow, there the book fell. Especially if you want to grow on this journey, is to stop taking things personally. I'll get the book. Hey, B, you know, the thing with the moon, I think I'll speak something a little bit about the moon, because you know the whole story about the moon being fake. I was not intending to get this book, but hold on. Where are you? I just packed. Probably I'm not gonna. But it's a book about the Apollo 11. The whole thing about the moon. You know, I'll speak about it someday. Just that today, there's a lot. But you definitely get it, you know. Hey, see, for you are a problem, you see. Oh yeah, here's a book. The Invasion of the Moon. So let's then get back to the subject, you know. Do this. In case maybe perhaps, you know, you feel a little bit anxious about the whole subject, send me a WhatsApp so that we can start having a conversation about it, you know. But you know, Ms., like the way how my wife had it structured, I charge for such sessions, you know. Unless you find me here on TikTok, and I know you probably say, "Whoo, there he goes again." No, I'm just being honest with you. This for me is my main hustle and my side hustle. So I do a shit ton amount of research, and I come and spew it out of here. So I'm not at least lying to you saying that you should give me money on the other side. No, if you want to give me money, give me straight, you know. Show you the book again. It fell. Which one? The Invasion of the Moon. Peter Wright. But for you, you know, don't worry about that, B. So let's then get back to the subject of the day. One of the books that I'm gonna urge you guys to go check it out is this book here. Rock's Hidden Persuader, The Truth About Backmasking. Hey, messengers! Don't be asking such questions, you know, because you're going to get me excited, particularly in the midst of this. Let's get this one out of the way first, you know. The Rock's Hidden Persuader, The Truth About Backmasking. 3 weeks ago, I made a video about music and your brain. What does music do to your brain? I uploaded it on YouTube. I think it's an hour 5 minutes. Please go check it out. How do you get to my YouTube? You click something up there on my, right here on TikTok. You click there, it will send you to my YouTube channel. so you can check out what music does to you. The subject of backmasking, it speaks about subliminal messaging. Subliminal messaging. Color is energy. A symbol is energy. Your thoughts, energy. The food, energy. Emotions, energy in motion. When you look at the word emotion and you break it down epistemologically, anthropologically, or whatever that you want to break it down, E, it's energy, motion is movement. So emotion denotes your energy in movement. What a way to introduce the topic. That sounds smart, ne? If you guys don't agree, it's fine. Because I see you don't even want to give me likes, you know. You just don't like me. I like you anyway. So by the way, when you get to YouTube, follow the brother there, man. What's this? Subscribe to the channel. How are you guys? Actually, you know. If you want to book a session with me, like I was just explaining earlier on, I do that. It's a one-on-one session. I speak about pretty much everything that you want to speak of. But please heed this. You're not going to find the truth from me. I don't have the truth. Such a thing as a truth really does not exist. The truth only becomes the truth if you agree that it's the truth. Meaning you create your own truth. That's why it's very dangerous to be following people, because I could say I have a religion X